Chapter 7. Advanced GUI Editing. The GUI components and how to use them. Module GUI. In the Modules chapter we learned how to enable a module's front panel, add items to it and move them around. We use sliders, knobs and switches from the toolbox. These are themselves modules, but their front panels are constructed using GUI components. In this chapter you will see how to create your own front panels using the GUI components. Working at this level you have complete control over every detail of how your front panel looks and behaves. Module GUI component. We've already seen that the starting point for any GUI in SynthMaker is a module. Modules provide the base on which a GUI can be constructed via their front panel. You can enable the front panel by clicking the G button on the action panel. However, if you want to use the GUI components you need to have access to the panel within your schematic, and this is done through the module GUI component, or MGUI for short. Create a new module, then drop an MGUI component inside. You can find the MGUI component under the module filter group in the toolbox. If you move back up a level you'll see that the module now looks a bit different. It now has a front panel, albeit with nothing in it. You can resize the module to make the panel bigger or smaller. You may also notice that the G button has been removed from the action panel. MGUI connectors. All GUI information is sent through view connectors. These are yellow circles with a V in the middle. The MGUI has one view output. Anything connected to this will either draw onto the front panel or handle mouse messages from it. View handles all drawing and mouse messages. The two float outputs can be used to get the size of the front panel if this is needed. For the moment you only need to know about the output connectors. The input connectors come into play when things start getting more advanced. We'll cover this in a later section. GUI connector types. The GUI components introduce a new set of data types. Each type has its own connector, and each connector has its own symbol. However, the symbols all have the yellow circle in common to show that they are GUI related. We saw these first in the chapter on data types. View transports all drawing and mouse information. Area and are defined by coordinates of top left corner, a width and a height. Graph, a list of floating point integers. Mouse events, left button up / down, mouse move, etc. Color, in RGB format, is the transparency level. Pen, for drawing lines, defined by color, thickness and style. Font information comprising typeface, size and style. String, format, alignment information for drawing text. Bitmap, 32-bit image. Point array, an array of points, floating point pairs. Bitmap array, an array of bitmaps. Coordinate system. SynthMaker uses a grid system to position components. Exactly the same grid system is used by the vast majority of GUI components for drawing and for mouse events. The grid system is floating point based, so you can have fractions of a grid square. This allows for more precise positioning of drawing elements. Of course, there is no getting away from the fact that the screen uses pixels and that these form a discrete grid of points. But by using special rendering techniques, SynthMaker can still display graphics as if they were on a continuous surface. Working in pixels. Sometimes you need to work in pixels instead of grid squares. To do this you can make use of the grid square to pixel and pixel to grid square components to move between the two systems. Drawing on a panel. Drawing on the front panel is a simple matter of picking a drawing primitive and connecting the view output of the MGUI to the view input of the primitive. All the drawing primitives can be found by selecting the GUI filter group. There are primitives for drawing lines, rectangles, text, bitmaps and more. The example below shows how to draw a simple filled rectangle. We've used a little shortcut to specify the area for the rectangle. This makes use of a string component to specify the x, y, width and height that define the area. The color is defined using the color component. Drawing order. Often you'll be drawing more than one element on the front panel. If two elements overlap, then the one that is last in the link order will be displayed last and therefore over the top of the other element. The example below shows this. The orange rectangle is on the second link from them. We see links for more on link order. The orange rectangle will therefore be drawn on top of the red one.